Okay. Hi everyone, thanks for joining in. So today we have once again we have back again with one more informative webinar, and this time we have PIU University of Piedmont International University with us. So let's wait for a couple of minutes to start. Let some more people to join in, and then we can begin. So I think let's begin the webinar. So I think people are already started joining in. So let's begin, and then people will start joining in between. So hi guys, good evening. And today I have Samantha Smith from PIU University. Samantha is a admission officer for PIU for international students, where she is responsible for connecting with students from across the world to assess the life-changing decisions and excel in education. So PIU is located in the heart of North Carolina, and today in the webinar we'll be discussing upon like all the MS and MBA programs that are offered by the universities. And the best thing about the university program offers is that all the maximum courses for MS and MBA are under $10,000. Yes, guys, all the programs are under $10,000. The university is currently giving 50% scholarship for the fall 2020 applicants as scholarship for COVID-19 relief. Not just that, university has no application fees for any of their programs. So today with Samantha, we'll be discussing about the PIU university overall, how's the curriculum, how's the culture, how students find it the right place and right education destiny at PIU, and how affordable the MS and MBA program are there at PIU. What are the fall 2020 admissions criteria, and what are the scholarships and their eligibility for PIU. And we'll also be talking about the previous student portfolios which have taken admit into PIU, and some of the alumni success stories, that students who have successfully graduated from PIU and what they are doing currently and how is the job opportunity. And then of course we'll continue with your question answers. Whatever you guys want to ask, this is the time. Hit the chat section with all your queries, and Samantha is here to answer to all of those questions. So I'm giving the mic, giving the command to Samantha. Samantha, to you. Please begin the webinar.
So, hey guys, my name is Samantha, and I'm part of Piedmont International University. We are a small Christian-based university where we're located in the heart of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So if you kind of know a little bit more about North Carolina, we're in the middle of everything. So the basics is that we are in the Piedmont Triad, so we're surrounded by many cities like Greensboro and Charlotte and Raleigh. Those are all kind of near us. So we're in the middle of everything, such as we have mountains to our west and the beaches to our east as well. So a little bit more about our university. Can everyone hear me, by the way? I don't know if people can hear me or not. Can if people hear me? Yes. Can I get a thumbs up, thumbs down? Awesome. I see some people hearing me. Absolutely. Great. Thank you. So yeah, Piedmont International University is a small Christian university. Yeah. So what kind of impacts? I know this has been like a crazy time with the coronavirus. So what impacts are the virus having on for campus for us? So with our students this fall, our students will get the choice to be online or on campus. So for example, all of our classes are going to be recorded. So you can sit down in class if you wish, or you can be online. That makes sense? So, do you guys have any questions for me at all?
Yes, of course. I think most of the people would having questions for you, Samantha. So let's start with the webinar. So, like most of the students which I have interacted with and talked with, are wanted to know that how exactly the fall 2020 application has been affected due to this COVID-19. Like, is it the right time that students who might have not applied due to the fear that the universities might not take their applications or they might not get the seat, they still have the time to apply for fall 2020?
Yes, absolutely. So we have a roll-in-based application. So what that means is we accept applications all the way up to August 1st. So that's kind of like our deadline right there. We do accept applications past that just because we say August 1st, and that's just kind of like a safety date for us. So we can get started with classes 2 weeks afterwards. So we've also made our application process a lot more easier just for the students' purpose. So the only things we're accepting are any transcripts that you have, including any high school or grade school that you were in, and any other university if you're wishing to transfer. That's one thing. The other thing is our completed application. That's it. We don't have any type of application fee, so that is waived for all of our students. And then we don't require any type of testing score. So your SAT, ACT, we don't require those. So we made it super simple, just a two-step process: the completed application for PIU, and then any transcripts that you have.
Okay, so I guess that currently for the PIU fall 2020 admissions, students are not required currently to submit their transcripts. They can submit the soft copy and not require the hard copy of transcript as well. For now, for applying purpose right now. Okay,
Yep.
so any other relaxations which is currently PIU is giving for the fall 2020 aspirants in terms of entry test requirements, any document relaxation, and other such scholarship initiatives? What can you give a brief about that as well?
So yes, we actually do. We have one scholarship that is beyond amazing. It is called our COVID-19 Hero Scholarship, which is given our student half of the tuition off, and it's automatically applied to the student's tuition. They don't have to complete any type of scholarship application for it. All they have to do is show proof they are in a certain industry. So for example, say you or a family member are in the law enforcement, education, entertainment, hospitality, restaurant industry, this scholarship would apply to them. So a little bit more about this scholarship as well. It is approximately $6,000 scholarship, just automatically applied. I think that's one of the most amazing things at Piedmont that we have done to help out with the.
Okay, so I can see some questions coming up in the chat section. Like Aditya has asked, what is the last date to apply for MS? So, what is the deadline for PIU currently? PIU
For application process?
Yes, for the application process, what is the deadline How early or how late Aditya can apply for PIU? I think he's asking that. Like, what is the last date to apply for MS?
So the last day that we recommend is August 1st for any student who's wishing to come into Piedmont.
Okay, okay. So Aditya, I guess we have answered your question. Last date would be for current situation. It will be we should apply before 1st of August.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there are some other questions from Aditya. Some more questions coming. What is the GRE score and IELTS score required? So, what is the Samantha? Can you tell us what is the minimum GRE and IELTS score that is university accepting?
So we're not, we don't require any of those test scores for internationals. The test scores that we're needing. So what we're recommending from the total fee is a paper-based score of 500 and the computer-based score of 170. So one thing that I recommend is for the English test, that's the only test that our international students would have to take. And what I recommend is using our Duolingo English test, where you have to have a score of 90 or above. We do make considerations if you do make slightly below it, but that's something that the admissions team will overall have to discuss and see if we would approve you guys or not. Does that kind of make sense?
Okay, okay. Okay, so so Samantha, there is one more questions that student usually ask that, like, what is the like current initiatives that university has taken for the existing or the graduating students of international students which PIU have right now, like who all are graduating in 2020. So, what have the provision university have provided for them? How the existing international students being supported during this COVID crisis, and yeah, so mostly students ask that how the things are there in at PIU for international students, especially Indian international students.
So we're a growing university, so we're having a lot more international students come in this fall than we've ever had. For the existing international students, we want to make sure that our students are safe at all times, especially during this crazy time, and making sure their education is secure. So I understand that we don't have the best scores online, but we are working towards getting better and expecting that percentage to go up a lot.
Okay, so let's take a few more questions from the chat. So there is one
Hello?
question. Yes, Rubaina, we can hear you.
Yes, hi,
yeah.
hi, Charul, hi, Samantha. Sorry, I wasn't really sure if you were able to hear me. I'm just letting you know I'm here. So, yeah.
Yeah, of course. So, guys, we
Technical
have,
issues in the
yeah,
beginning.
yeah. Let me just introduce you with the audience. So, guys, we have Rubaina as well with us. So, Rubaina is the Indian partnership person with the PIU. She's in partnership director at PIU for India as for currently for Indian students. So she is passionately involved in helping students achieve their international goals for about more than 12 years. Her experience in wide ranging across countries like UK, Australia, Canada, and how her expertise lies in USA. So thanks, Rubaina, for joining in. So let's
Thank,
hope we'll be able to help out students better together with both you wonderful ladies today.
thank you so much for the introduction, Charul. Please go ahead. I will interrupt.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. So, so we have Mitradeep, which is asking which programs are STEM designated in PIU. So, Samantha, can you give an answer to that? Which programs are designated as STEM in PIU?
So we do have a handful that are STEM designated. I think one of our best ones is our criminal justice program, where we have multiple places that are coming in and partnering with us. So I'm not sure if like you guys have heard, we're partnered with multiple sheriff's offices where you get the experience from each of these offices for like an internship, and then in turn go in and get this job placement for them. So we're partnered with multiple sheriff's offices from Guilford County, Mecklenburg County, Hamilton County, and Forsyth County. So you would firsthand get that experience. From there, from other different programs that we're looking at, we have multiple new professors that are coming in from multiple places all across the world, and they're going to help us out with getting the best choice of place for employment for our students.
I would like to add in here, we have a range of new programs which are STEM designated. So we have an MS in Data Science. We have an MS in Financial Planning. There's the Bachelor's and Master's in Nursing. So these could be the STEM designated programs that you're looking at, especially for Indian students who are interested in computer science or financial planning programs from the business side or computer side of programs. These two are definitely great programs to consider. I think Amarjyoti had a question about this STEM designated management program. So yes, there is a financial planning program that you could look at if you're looking at STEM designated programs. Although besides that, we do have MBA programs which are non-STEM, but they have specializations in business analytics, supply chain management, or marketing if you're interested in those as well.
Okay. So there are one more question, like, is there any MIM program as well at PIU? So is there any TOEFL or
Information
GMAT requirement as well? So there is a question by Amrutati Basu here, that what's the minimum GMAT and TOEFL score for MIM program?
So for our TOEFL score, it is for the paper-based of TOEFL, it is 500. Computer-based TOEFL score, that is 170, and internet-based score would be 60.
We do not have a Master's in Information Management program at the moment. Yes, however, we have a data science program and we have a business analytics program, if that is what interests.
Okay. So, there's one more question from Prince Kumar. So he's asking, is there any CSC program? I think he's asking for MS in computer science. So is there any specific course related to MS in computer science or related courses? Can you give a light on that, Rubaina, as well?
So the data science program is most close to what a computer science program would be. So we don't have a master's in computer science, as the name would call it, but we do have a master's in data science, which is definitely related to data and computer science, what you would be looking at.
Okay. And so there is one more question from Aditya. I guess he's asking that since due to this COVID crisis over here in India, their final semester exams has been postponed, and there might be a chance that they pass the student with an average marking. So he might not end up with a very great percentage. And so he's asking that will that affect his admission into the university? Like, what is the admission? What is the UG percent criteria, undergrad percentage criteria for PIU? I guess he's asking that.
All right. So what we're looking at is a minimum of 2.5 GPA. We understand while exams have not happened and results would be based on average scores. So at this moment, what we will be looking at is, of course, your past academics as well. And your final results, of course, would have average scores, but they would have your previous performance records as well. Your transcripts would have your total grades, right? So that is what the admissions would like to see. And like I said, we need a minimum of 2.5 GPA, which would be anywhere between 55 to 60% on the percentage, comparison if you're looking at that.
Okay. So I hope that would have cleared your doubt, Aditya. So if you have any more questions for us, you can write it down in the chat section, no problem. And so I think let's continue with our question answers session. So there was some more questions regarding the students which commonly ask from us. So like what are the provision the currently PIU is having for fall 2020 students? Will the classes will be online, or the PIU is considering to defer the intake, or the such kind of confusion is always there in between the students' mind that they should enroll with their, if they get admit, will they start online classes or they will be joining later the university? So what is the current scenario with the university right now?
So with that, that was a great question. So what we're doing is we're making all of our courses this fall available online to any student. So that includes our international students for this fall and this spring, if you wish to do so. The great thing about Piedmont is that we'll be accepting the students later on. They can come on campus if they wish to do so. If they want to switch from online to on campus, that is completely okay with us as well.
Okay, that's great. I think the university is giving both the options, and even if you start with the online right now, you can change it into the on campus as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would also like to add here that the university, of course, has plans to reopen in fall, but considering the situation of visas and appointments that may or may not happen for students to join in fall, so it is definitely recommended that they take an admit for fall and start their courses online. If they and when the as Samantha mentioned, and when they can travel, they can start university physically when they can travel. So that's possible. What it will also help, if you're taking up courses online, it would definitely help you in terms of the visas as well, because you've already committed to a university, you've started your programs, you've paid your tuition already. That gives the visa office a better clarity or intent to study at the university.
Okay. Thanks, Rubaina. Thanks for explaining that as well. So there is one question from Shravan Kumar. He's asking that, what about the tuition fees for entire MBA for 36 credits? I didn't get his question well. So Rubaina, did you understand
Sure.
what he's asking exactly?
Yes, yes. Thank you, Charul. So yes, that's definitely a question what students who would like to study master's programs would have in mind, because usually a master's program is 30 or 36 credits. So the MBA program is, yes, 36 credits with the specialization that you take. So the total tuition is 8,910 a year. So this is before any scholarships or any bursaries that you would get. So you would be spending around 8,910 a year, so which would be around 17,000 for 2 years.
Okay.
Samantha, would you want to add anything on that?
Yes, for the MBA, for any type of international student coming in, including our India friends, the MBA, the annual tuition would be around 8,910. That is what we're looking at. So with that being said, you would have that covered by the scholarships coming from there. Does that make sense?
Yes, of course, yeah, that makes sense. Well, without pre-scholarship, it's 8,910. Essentially, if you're eligible to get the COVID-19 scholarship, which is the 50% off, so that would be around 4,500 So a total of about 12,000 for 2 years.
Okay. So there were some more questions which we generally student ask. Is like, how the university support and research facilities, and how is the job placements and internship assistance at PIU. So what has been the last trends, and how supporting university is, and what are the different programs and initiative that PIU take for students, and particularly for research and job placements. So Samantha or Rubaina, any one of you who
Sure.
can
Samantha?
give light on this?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have multiple like research opportunities and job placements coming up. Like I mentioned before, we're having multiple doctors come in where you're going to be one of their students, and you're going to get to help do research contemplations with them, as well as we have some of the best things for helping students figure out what they would like to do for their futures, as well as making sure they get the right placement. So with that being said, that kind of goes back to a criminal justice program that I was mentioning, that we have multiple partnerships with our sheriff's offices, that they will get that experience and then get that job placement after they are graduated.
All right. Charul, if I would also like to just show you a bit about what the location is about and how you could look at placements or internships that are available in the area. So we are
Yeah,
very
definitely.
our location is definitely a very key factor in what sort of internships or employment that you could be looking at while you're studying and after you graduate. So Winston-Salem, in fact, is a very, very up and coming location with a very large base in nanotechnology, in biotech, in pharmaceutical, medical research as well. So if you have students who are looking at these kind of programs, these would definitely be of interest for students who are looking at studying here. Also, there are two research centers. So one is the Wake Forest Innovation Quarter right in Winston-Salem in downtown, where there are businesses, education, engineering, IT, digital media companies. So whether you're looking at interning or you're looking at employment or you're looking at say part-time opportunities during your vacations, I think those will be great places for you to learn and explore the markets there. As well as there is a research triangle park, which is about 1 hour away in Raleigh, Durham. So that is also one of the most prominent research parks. In fact, it is the largest research park in the United States. So that has over 7,000 companies. If students who are interested in banking and finance, the city of Charlotte in North Carolina is 1 hour away. So that's the second largest financial district after New York City. So there are many banks and financial institutions which have their bases there. So in terms of what sort of experience you can get, it's definitely at par with what you're looking at, say a big city like Boston, which is a medical hub, New York, which is a financial hub, or for that matter, so California or Silicon Valley, which is a digital IT hub. So you will have a range of experiences that you can explore and companies that you can intern and work with.
So yes, I think that have answered the most of the doubt students would having, since the college is in the heart of North Carolina and being located at such a prominent place where there are like multiple options for being from placement to research opportunities, that will definitely add on an advantage to their own curriculum. So yes, there was one question from Shravan Kumar. Can I do MBA course fully online? So, there may be students who want to take the complete course online. So, how different it would be from the on-campus MBA, and what the things like what are the advantages or disadvantages of having the whole MBA course fully online. So Samantha, can you give an insight over this?
So with the positive thing about taking our classes fully online, you can be anywhere within the United States or India or anywhere else in the world. You can take it fully online. It's available there to you, and we just want to help you excel into your education to make sure we're helping you become the very best person you can be.
Okay. So there is one question which Aditya is asking. He's asking that is there any options without GMAT for MBA? I think he's asking for MBA and based only on IELTS. So I think he's asking, is there any course that which doesn't require his test requirement specifically for GMAT, and he get enrollment for that program? So can you tell about those programs which does not have GMAT requirement? I think he's asked, so he have cleared his question. He's asking for MS. He's asking for MS, and I think for MS, Aditya, you don't need not have to give any of the GMAT exams. For MS, there is GRE only. So, Samantha, is there any courses which does not require GRE score as well?
So with the GMAT specifically, we don't require a GMAT for any of our programs. We just need any type of transcripts. So when I say transcripts, that's from any type of other university that you've been at or any type of school that you've had. So I'm talking about, when I say transcripts, I mean the scores that you've had from previous classes and courses that you've had, say high school. For example, we'll have the scores from high school as well as any other university, if that makes more sense.
Okay, so I can summarize this for you, Aditya. So for applying for any of your MS program, you wouldn't require any kind of GMAT particularly. The only thing required right now is your transcripts, the whatever the summarized semester-wise mark sheets you have. That is good to go to apply to your desired course for any of the MS program which the university offers. I think that answers your question, I guess.
Yes.
And there are a few more questions around this only. So there is one question. Tetsa is asking, I'm BE, so he is graduate, bachelor's of, he's done bachelor's in engineering, and he's MBA graduate as well. I would like to take up a MS or a PG course in US. Does it require GRE score? So Rubaina, can you answer for this?
Sure. Yes, thank you, Teresa. So here, yes, we do. Most US universities require a GRE or GMAT, but a lot of universities are doing away with these scores. So that is the reason why we want to be very inclusive and definitely base the assessment on the basis of your past academic scores. So we do not require a GMAT or a GRE for any of our master's programs, as well as an SAT or ACT for any of our undergraduate programs. If you have an IELTS or TOEFL score, that would be great, but we don't require that as an admission criteria once we see your academic grades, English language grades on your transcripts in your past studies, whether it's 10th, 11th, 12th grade, and your degree has been delivered in English and you have your transcripts to show that. So you can see the admission requirements that we have here. So we don't even, we'll probably need letters of references for certain programs, but besides that, we will not need a GRE or GMAT for any program, for any graduate program.
Okay. Thanks, Rubaina. So after seeing this admission requirement, what I can see on the slide present, it even it just arose one question in my mind as well. So does student require statement of purpose as well while applying? So do they require SOP as well?
No, we don't need an SOP as well, unless the program specifies or the admissions feels that there is a need for you to write a statement for a particular program. As a general requirement, we don't need a statement of purpose.
Okay.
Nope. And I can back that up. We don't require any type of statement anymore unless you are pursuing the PhD in leadership. That is the only one that we are requiring any type of essay, personal essay.
Okay. So there is one question from Zef Rahman. Hello. Hi, Zef. I'm here to learn more about Master in Aeronautics. I have done graduation in BSc Aeronautics and Aircraft Maintenance Engineering. What are more options for me in post graduation? So, Rubaina, are there any courses which PIU offers related to his interest?
So, Zef, wonderful that you have done your BSc in aeronautics, but at the moment we do not have any programs related to aeronautics or aircraft maintenance engineering. But in case if you're looking at a management program, we have MBA programs with a variety of specializations that you could consider to do at the masters.
Yeah. So, Zef, that's very nice that you have interest in aeronautics. But PIU currently not having any specifically course related to aircraft maintenance. But yes, there are certain courses of interest if you are looking for a degree in management side. So there were more questions to for us. So there is Shravan who is asking, I'm planning to MS in advanced mechanical engineering. What's the scenario facing now in UK for international students? So Shravan, I guess the webinar is for the USA specific. So I don't think so. People will answer your question related to UK specifically over here. But in case you have misspelled the UK, I'm assuming that you wanted to write USA for international students. So yeah, Samantha can guide you over that. What is the current situation in USA and around the university specifically? How the scenario related to COVID-19, how it is influencing students, particularly the university students, and how the students are coping with. So I think that's what Shravan wants to ask.
So going around the university, we want to make sure that our students their safety is our number one priority. So what we have done in the past is we make sure our students are safe. We provide all types of hand sanitizer around campus, and this is including in the fall. We're going to have maintain our social distancing, and then we offer all of our courses online.
So that's I think answer for you, Shravan, that university is taking good care around the overall campus, and since the classes are online, so there is no requirement for students to come down to university, and most of the things are taken care through online only. So he's asking one more question. So do we get part-time job at the present situation? So, and can we get opportunities to fit job and more scholarship when compared to previous? So, I think Shravan, you have joined a bit late. So, Samantha have already told about the different scholarship which PIU is giving, and and what are the opportunities, especially related to job. Just now, the Rubaina have told that how being the university being located in North Carolina at the heart of the place where there are ample of research and job opportunities. There are tech park where more than 700 companies from different domains working together. But still, Samantha, can you give once more answer the question for Shravan, that what are the job opportunities that student can get at PIU, and what are the part-time opportunities that students can find around the campus as well?
So we do have multiple students that do this balance of having a job as well as finishing their education. So we offer on campus to our international students on campus jobs, multiple. They can work in the library, they can work in admissions, help us out, they can work in student development. They will have that option to work on campus to help out with the financial status for them.
Okay, so Shravan, I guess for your part-time related question, so PIU have various on-campus part-time provisions as well. You can find a good number of opportunities of having part-time opportunity on campus as well. So Janardhan is asking that my IELTS score is 6. Am I eligible for Master's MBA? And can I know the fee structure? So, like Samantha or Rubaina, can you answer this? Like, he is having the IELTS score 6, and is he eligible for Master's MBA? And what will be the fee structure? So, the fee structure for MBA, I think, Shravan, you can look at the slide, and rest Samantha can explain you that as well.
Yes, so the presentation you have in front of you will tell you more about the cost for getting your MBA and master's. What you're going to look at is the $8,910 a year. That would be that part, as well as the IELTS score with a score of a 6. Let me see here. So with our IELTS, our score would be between a 25 and 40. So what we can do is we can help you improve that score as much as we possibly can.
So Rubaina, can you answer this for Janardhan? How he can proceed? How he can proceed with the score for his MBA?
Sorry, I lost your audio in between, but I think you're referring to Janardhan's question.
Yes, yes.
Whether he'll be accepted with a 6 on the IELTS. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, Janardhan, you can apply with the IELTS score of 6. We will additionally, of course, need to see your academic transcripts ranging from 10, 12, and your degree certificate. So for the MBA program specifically, your resume will also have to be shown. Although there is no particular experience requirement, but yes, a resume will be needed to see.
Okay.
So I'd like to add in terms of the English requirements, although we don't require an English language test as the IELTS or the TOEFL, or however, we would recommend if you have a Duolingo or IELTS or TOEFL test that you've already taken, please submit that with your application. That gives us a better assessment of your English capabilities. In addition to that, there may be certain times where whether either I would or somebody from the admissions or Samantha would get in touch with you to have a quick chat to understand your conversational English if we are not very clear on how your English grades are. Although the university does not require, as a university, we don't require English tests to be submitted, but we do not want you to fail at the visa interview just because of an English conversational problem. So that is something that we want to ascertain for later as well, which is why we may, for some students, it's not a procedure, but for some, in some instances, we may just speak to you for casually for 5-10 minutes to understand what your level of English is as well.
Okay. So Aditya is asking here that my IELTS score is 7 overall. MS in data science, what would be the fee structure like? So like we are on the current on this slide, which is showing the master's program course, Aditya. Still, Rubaina can answer this for you.
Yes, so the master's program, which is the master's in data science, is 7,110 a year. So all our master's programs are at the same tuition. You can see the list of programs there. Besides the MBA, which is 8,910, all other programs are 7,110 a year.
Okay. So moving on to next question. So Teresa is asking, I could apply with my transcripts as I have done my entire education in English medium. So the leadership MS course requires a SOP. What is the course duration? Is the scholarship program available for international students? So Samantha, can you answer this for Teresa, that what is the duration for MS course in leadership, and does it requires SOP, and is the scholarship available for this program as well?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. So with your English medium being your entire education there, Teresa, that is awesome. That's what we like to hear, and that's what we like to see. So with the SOP, we don't require an SOP, so that's great there. And as well as the course duration, we try to, you'll be in control. Our students are in control of their education, so they'll have the option to make sure they'll have the option to, they get to finish whenever they would like. So they can graduate as early as a year and a half. They can graduate in a year and a half with their master's degree. Okay. You can take as much time as you would like as well. So in any time in between, like year and a half to 2 years, is when they'll be able to complete their master's.
Okay. And the scholarship is available for this program as well, for a leadership MA program. Yeah. So Teresa, to summarize your question, yes, yes, the duration would be around 2 years roughly. You can complete it before as well, and there will be the scholarship option also for this particular course. So there is one question from Munindra. So he's asking that I'm a humanities student in 12th standard. Could you please help me with what is the side, which side is in my scope? I think he's asking for the options for his bachelor's, which he can do after being a humanities student in 12th standard. I think Rubaina, you can give some light on this question. Like what would be the better option for him after humanity? What options he can pick up as in bachelor's?
Sure. Yes, Munindra, great to hear that you're doing your humanities in your 12th grade. Now, humanities have a variety of specializations. They're particularly called as interdisciplinary studies, that we call them here as well. So there's a major, there's a lot of variety of options that you can do. So you can see that we have psychology program. Within interdisciplinary studies, we also have specializations in you can do a bachelor, or you can do counseling, you can do English as well, you can do history as well. So there is you can even do management for that matter. It is essentially would depend on what is your level of interest in what kind of field that you'd like to do. Now, also, I would not expect you to be very certain of what you want to do, but since you're doing humanities, typically a first year is very common to all students when they're studying at a university at an undergraduate level in the US. So you do have the chance to explore different options. You will be doing general studies like English, mathematics, history, all right, all those sort of programs. Only in the second year will you get towards the special towards doing more course specific, and within the third and the fourth year you decide your major. So until that point you have the opportunity to choose what major or minor you'd like to do. So you may want to do one major, you would want to do psychology, but you would want to do criminal justice also as some credits. You may want to do a criminal justice BA with a psychology minor, you could do that. So as an undergraduate student, you have a lot of flexibility with the options that you can choose. Also, our academic advisors and career coaches definitely do have a lot of involvement with what you're doing academically as well. If you have trouble at the university deciding what do you want to do, what do you like, where your interest is, or if you need any advising on the programs, you could approach faculty as well as career advisors to get understanding on how you could go about with different specializations. So as an undergraduate students, there is a lot of flexibility, not just with our university, but anywhere across the US. You do have opportunity to, do multiple majors, minors as well.
Okay, thanks, Rubaina. So there is one question from Shravan Kumar. So he's asking, what is the difference between those who completed MBA program through online and those who complete it through on-campus format?
All right. Charul, I would like to answer this. I think Samantha's answered a similar question earlier as well. So yes, I mean the MBA programs, of course, they are both offered online as well as offline. The only difference is whether you're physically in India or in the US on campus. Typically, of course, an on-campus experience is definitely different than what it would be online. But in terms of a delivery, our course content, and in terms of the opportunities that you'll have for networking or to talk to the faculties or to network with the students, that is something that you could do online as well. But yes, if you're doing a management degree, a business degree, and if you want to do it on campus, there's definitely a different side to it that you will experience.
Okay. So there is a question from Savnik Bhattacharya. So he's asking, can I get MS in artificial intelligence? So is I think MS in artificial intelligence is not there in the course. What I get is there is MS in data science, Savnik, which you can pursue. You can pursue even MBA in business analytics. Rest, I think Rubaina can answer this better for you.
Yes, you very rightly mentioned, Charul, that we do not have a specialized artificial intelligence program. What we do have data science program, which may have certain credits, which would include artificial intelligence. I'm not. I will have to go back and check on that, but we do not have a specialized program on artificial intelligence.
Okay. So there is Samuel who's asking that can I get admission MS in chemical engineering? So the same goes for you, Samuel. So there is not specific MS course related to chemical engineering, but if you are somebody who is more interested in analytics and data science, then yes, of course, you can get a MBA program as business analytics and a data science program as MBA option. So Janardhan is asking, will the classes be online or direct classroom? And also, can you explain the procedure for application and other any application fees? So Janardhan, as it was already previously told by Rubaina and Samantha as well, so there is no application fees for any of the courses. The application procedure is quite very simple. All you require is your transcripts, your graduation transcripts, and for your clarity, transcripts are your semester-wise document of your marks. It is a consolidated form of your semester-wise exam marks. Plus, what other thing will be required from you would be two letter of references, and that will also depend upon the course which you were applying.
Yes, Charul, I would also like to add is that there is no application fee. Yes, so you will submit the application online and send all your documents to AdmitKard or to your consultant, and they will forward it to the university. So that is something that you will have to ensure that you do and send all your documents to the university, to your consultant as well.
Also, to all of those who want to start their application or want to talk to our advisors, counselors at AdmitKard, so I have put it, the link in the sticky section of the chat section as well, and I have commented it right now. So there is a link in the chat section which says where there you can complete your profile, and our US admission advisors and counselors at AdmitKard will get in touch with you and will definitely ease out the application process for you. For all those who want to get in touch with us regarding the PIU application process and about any of the details, they can complete their details at the given link. They can register there and will definitely reach out to you as soon as possible. And also, if you have any other questions related to not just PIU or any US, any related to any application process of PIU, any course related information which you find later on to ask upon, you can mail us at info@admitcard.com. So I'm also writing it down in the chat section. So do write us at info@admitcard.com. So we'll respond you back as soon as possible. So let's take for some more questions.
Charul,
Yes, Rubaina.
I would just like to add one more thing. There's a lot of students who would have 3-year undergraduate degrees like bachelor's in commerce or science or art. So we do accept those degrees as well. So we do not need you to have necessarily a 4-year degree for application or admission.
Okay, so Khushi is asking, I have just joined. Can you provide the institute and course detail for Masters of MBA? Yes, Khushi, of course. I think I can take you to that page. Thank you. Thank you, Rubaina, for changing. And I think Rubaina can answer you for MBA programs at the institute and what are the course fees for the same.
Yes, Kushbu. So our MBA programs are listed over here. You can do a general MBA or you can pick out one of the specializations that you see over here. The tuition fee for the MBA program is $8,910 a year. Okay, and scholarships are available, of course. If you're applying for the fall session, you need to submit, a statement stating why, if you've been affected by the COVID-19 situation, if you're in industries which have been affected, that could give you a 50% scholarship as well. So essentially, you could do an MBA under $10,000 for 2 years as well. We don't require you to have a GMAT, but we do need, of course, your resume and 2 references that would be needed.
Okay, so Seth Rahman is again asking one more question. So he has written a quite long question. What is the scenario for international students due to Corona, especially for Indian students, and the scholarship that you are providing? Is it only specific field of education or any related to any specific course? And please tell us in depth about the scholarship program and eligibility and the steps to be taken for admission process. So, can you explain again? I think you want to know that the scholarship is specifically related to certain courses or certain fields only, and how he can be eligible for that scholarship, and what is the process to apply for that scholarship.
Yes, so the scholarship is not program specific. Okay, all students can apply for scholarships and can be considered for scholarships. In fact, the COVID-19 relief scholarship is specifically for this year and for students who are applying for this current semester. That's what it is. But besides that, there are a number of academic scholarships that you could be eligible for. So based on your academic profile is what our admissions team will assess. And if you require a scholarship, you can write a statement and highlighting your achievements and what you are, why you're looking at a scholarship as well. So that's something that you could do. The COVID-19 relief scholarship, like I just said, is applicable to all programs. Anybody who wishes to apply for this can write a statement on how they've been affected, and they will be considered for this scholarship. And for the admissions, like I just mentioned, and we've been talking about it, what you need to do is submit an application, send documents to your consultant, and you will get an offer within 3 to 5 working days.
Okay. So there is one more question from Zef Rahman. So he's asking that after doing his BSc in aeronautics, can he go for MBA as a post graduation option?
Yes, most definitely. Most MBA graduates are not necessarily business undergraduate students. So MBA gives you an overall perspective on management and understanding business scenarios. So definitely all students from all fields are okay to apply for an MBA program.
Okay. So there is one more question from Sanjay. I'm planning for pursue master course in finance. Could you please suggest what all best courses are there related to this field? So Rubaina, if you can answer that, he's asking for master course in finance.
Yes, of course. See, as a general program, if you're not looking at a finance specific program, you could do an MBA, which includes finance, strategy, operations, marketing, all of those. You could do the dissertation in finance. If you're looking at a specific financial program, we have the financial planning program that you could do. So our MS in financial planning is something that you could look at doing.
Okay. So there is. So I think he is even asking for the best country to pursue the course as well.
Uh, well, it of course depends on where you would want to. I mean, US is definitely one of the financial hubs. Like I also mentioned that Charlotte, North Carolina is definitely a big financial city as well. Then, of course, across the world, there are major financial cities, but it definitely is your choice ultimately whether you want to be in the US, you want to be in London, you want to be in Hong Kong, or you want to be in Dubai. So these are all major financial hubs, and it's up to you where you would want to take your career.
I think Sanjay Urbana have answered for your question for this as well. Could you please suggest all the best courses are related to this field. So definitely you can apply for MS in financial planning. That would be very good for you. Rest,
Also
you can
just
connect with us.
I just shared a link for the financial planning program. If you would like to have a look at that, that is something interesting.
Sure. So meanwhile, we can have other question. So Swapnil is asking that I'm an automobile design engineer. What should be the best MBA course for me? What will be the course fees and duration? So Samantha, if you can answer that, that after being an automobile design engineer, what MBA courses he can apply for in PIU, and what will be the course fees and the duration for the same?
So yeah, that's also a great question as well. With having a bachelor's in automobile design engineer, my recommendation is for the best MBA, I would do either the supply chain management or the business analytics. That way you'll be actually pursue like excel in your career and profession. That's what I would recommend. So the course fee and duration is the same for all of our MBA programs. So with that being said, on the MBA program page, it is, let me bring it up really fast. Yes. One more. Yes. So under the graduate, the MBA programs, they're all across all boards is $8,910 a year.
So Swapnil, I think that's the answer for you. You can try for MBA in business analytics, as well as MBA in supply chain management would be a great choice for you after your automobile design engineering. And the MBA course fees is $8,910 per year. And so now the Sharon is asking, I have completed. So I think he's asking related to Canada. So Sharon, this particular webinar is related to USA specifically. So let's keep our question related to US only. So there's one more question from Teresa. Could you please provide the previous scholarships programs that international students can avail? So Teresa, students can avail scholarship for any of the programs. You just have to write to the university that how the COVID has affected you, and whatever like the reasons for you to avail this particular scholarship, and if then university is ready to give you scholarship for any of the programs that are available. So there are no any specific programs that are giving scholarship. All the programs and courses that PIU offers are eligible for a scholarship. You just have to mention that how COVID-19 have affected your financial stability and your financial condition, that why you apply for that particular scholarship, and that's it. You can apply for it for any of the courses which are offered by the PIU. So Taiwo is asking, I have BSc in political science. Could you advise me on the program I can apply for? So like Rubaina, if you can answer this, after doing his political science, which MS or MBA program he can target for?
Hi, Tyro. So here's the list of programs that, of course, we have. So political science, of course, is a humanities major, and typically MBA programs are for you to utilize your undergraduate knowledge into the business world. So if you're using your political science background and merging it with a business administration or a management degree, that gives you the best of both worlds. So you have learning and expertise from the political science aspect, as well as you can do the MBA. So you could do either the general MBA, depending on where you would like to take your career. You would be looking at the leadership. It would also be a great program for you if you are interested in politics, or if you're interested in taking up leadership as something that you'd want to study and implement as a career as well. So that's something that you could do. Leadership MA would be great, and a business administration program with a specialization that interests you would help.
Okay. So I think people are having some problem with the link as well. So I'm again giving the link. You guys can try this link if that link is not working properly. I'm really sorry for that. I just checked it right now. You can check the link right now that I have sent in the chat section. Okay. So I think. mm, So Sharon is asking, want to study master in cybersecurity USA with PT, how much it costs for cybersecurity. So Sharon, PIU specifically doesn't offer any cybersecurity course, but you can definitely try for MS in data science and business MBA in business analytics. So I think that would be of your interest. And to that, I think we have answered most of the questions which were here. So, so I think that's good to go. If you guys have any other question, you can ask us right now. We have almost covered all the questions which were asked. So still have 2-3 minutes with us before winding up. We can have the questions from your side, and I have again link. I've again put the link in the chat section. You guys can check it out right now. And I'll send the webinar recording of this particular webinar as well. In that mail as well, you find a link where you can connect with us and talk to our counselors at AdmitKard. They will definitely help you in your applications for PIU. And for any other questions, if you have a mind, you can reply to us or write to us at info@admitkard.com. So I think there are no more questions. So Rubaina, would you like to end to this webinar?
Yes, certainly. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining in. I had a great time. I and Samantha definitely had a great time chatting with you guys, answering your questions. And if you do have more questions, particularly about our programs, our university, what kind of opportunities are there, the application process, you can definitely get in touch with AdmitKard and they will forward your queries to us. Or else you can also go onto our website, you can chat. There is a chat section on our website. You can chat on there as well, and we will be able to get in touch with you and answer your questions as well. So that's something that you can do. And yes, so we're still accepting applications. So if you are looking at applying for fall 2020, we're accepting applications as late as August. And you can start your programs online, and you could continue on campus in the next semester. That's something that you could do as well. So we are accepting applications without standardized tests. That is something that you could do as well. And our tuition, like we mentioned, the definitely is one of our best aspects. We are offering great quality education at a very affordable cost. So if you are considering studying in the US, and if you're looking at a great university with great costs and scholarships, you are definitely welcome at Piedmont International University. Over to you, Samantha.
Yeah, so what I really do recommend for you guys is to check out our website. We have loads of information on our website. That is piedmontu.edu. That's anything that has to do with the school is on that website, okay? So with that being said, I'll put that into our little chat over here. That way you have access to that. So, and if you do have any questions at all, please get in touch with Rubaina, me, or anybody else part of this team, and then we'll get back to you guys as soon as we can. So if you do have anything else, feel free to ask. We're here to answer any questions that you have. And check out our website. That way you have more information. I had an awesome time with you guys. I'm glad I got to experience this with you and got connected with all of you at the same time. So thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you for joining in. I hope we have able to answer all your queries. And once again, if you guys want to get in touch with us and our counselor regarding your any of your applications related to PIU, any doubts you have about your scholarships or any of the programs, what are the programs offered, what is the program curriculum, and how's the university as well, do get in touch with us. I have provided the link to get in touch with us above. Also, you can visit us at www.admitkard.com and you can then sign up over there, and rest is taken care by us. So it's a great time having you all. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you, Samantha, and thank you, Rubaina, for your time. And I just hope you both are good in this time of COVID-19 and do stay healthy and take care of yourself. So I think
Thank you,
let's take a
Carol.
leave.
You've been a wonderful host. Thank you so much.
Thank
You
you.
as well.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay. Bye bye, guys. Bye. Have a
Bye.
nice day. Bye. Bye.